Hello comrades, and welcome to another episode of Ushanka Show, where everyone can learn something new about life in the Soviet Union. And just in case if you're new to my channel, my name is Sergei Sputnikoff and I was born in the USSR. It has been a while since I talked about Soviet cars, so today we're gonna talk about early Soviet vehicles and how much Comrade Stalin was involved with design decision. And just a quick reminder, all my videos about Soviet vehicles are in a separate playlist called Soviet Cars, and I'll put link below in the comment section. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the fact that Comrade Stalin had a weak spot for nice cars. And when I say nice cars, I mean mostly Western cars like this beautiful Rolls-Royce 4050 Silver Ghost, of this beautiful Packard 12 convertible, and here you see Comrade Stalin together with Comrade Molotov. Here's a fun fact for you. So in 1935, so that's 2 years after the United States recognized the Soviet Union, United States President Franklin Roosevelt, knowing about Stalin's passion for Packards, gave the Soviet leader a gift, a white armored limousine, the Packard 12. It had a top speed of 130 kilometers an hour and a solid weight of 6 tons. Comrade Stalin really liked this car and he periodically drove it, and the only change was made that Packard was repainted into black government color. And I guess it's not surprising when the Soviet Union began manufacturing their own limousines called ZIS-110, and ZIS stands for Zavod imени Stalina, so it's a Stalin car factory. That car was pretty much the Soviet version of the Packard Custom Super 8. And this fancy Soviet limousine wasn't the only car that got affected by Stalin's 2 cents or Stalin's 2 kopek. What you see in this picture is the Soviet version of Volkswagen, a car for masses. So that's the first Soviet car produced in large quantities. It was called Moskvitch 400. It was manufactured between 1946 and 1954, and around 250,000 cars were made. And Moskvitch 400 was a carbon copy of the German Opel Kadett K38, which was manufactured between 1938 and 1940, except Comrade Stalin requested that Soviet Moskvitch should have 4 doors, not 2. And another Soviet car that Comrade Stalin was involved with was famous Gaz-21 Volga. Yeah, I know. It's obvious that Gaz-21 Volga looks suspiciously like 1952 Ford mainline. Or as Comrade Sputnikov likes to say, Volga design was inspired by Ford mainline design. And as the story goes, and some people claim it's just a Soviet urban legend, when this car was designed or copied from Ford, the original name wasn't Volga, which you probably know that Volga is one of the largest rivers in the Soviet Union and in Russia. Originally, the name of the car was supposed to be Rodina, which means motherland, and in this photo you could see there's a clay model in the background, and here in the front says Rodina, motherland. But when Comrade Stalin came to look at the car and learned about the name Rodina, he asked one simple question. So, what would be the price we're gonna sell our motherland for? And people looked at each other and realized we better rename this car into something else, and Gaz-21 became Gaz-21 Volga.
Чего не смеетесь-то? Не смешно? Не поняли, да? Это Россия.
Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this short story about Comrade Stalin and his micromanagement of the Soviet car industry. And if you did, please don't forget to like this video, maybe share it with your friends. I'll talk to you soon. До побачення. Goodbye.
Enjoying the content? Support the author by picking up a copy of their book.